Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jackie Burns, and I am here with a new collab. It is called Spring Baskets. It is hosted by Farmhouse Frugally, which is Cheryl, and Dawn of Shabby Meats Bling. Great ladies. They love to do the things I like to do. We like to remake things. And I will tell you, just watch everybody on the playlist. Some really talented ladies out there. And clever, I tell you, Dawn is just a genius. She just amazes me. Okay, so we're doing our baskets. And I just received my new IOD molds, and I am so excited. I just couldn't wait. I was so happy they came in time. I kept holding off, and they showed up Thursday morning, and I was like, yay! I can use my molds for the baskets. And since today's Valentine's Day, but we're going into Easter and spring, and I get to use them. I am using resin. It's called Amazing Casting Resin. Yeah, I forget names of things, I swear. Anyway, so what you do is you take part A and take part B, and you mix them together, and then you have to be equal portions. Then what you do is you mix it up. I took a handle that I could reach down in there. Had a McDonald's cup that was brand new, and I thought, oh, that's good. So what I do is I mix it till it's clear, but I also put my hand on the bottom, and if I start feeling the slightest bit of heat, I know it's time to pour, because it uses some sort of thermal reaction to cast it very quickly. There's tan, black, and white, and usually I use white, but today I'm using tan. And I've noticed if I pour it in a bigger area and just let it sit for a second, it will trickle over to where the thinner areas are, and then I don't overflow, which in the beginning I did overflow a lot, and I know that makes people really frustrated when you do that. Frustrated? I think it's flustered or frustrated. Okay, I put them both together. I do that. I make up words. So I am pouring all of the molds because I wanted to be able to use them later. And the ones I don't use, I'll just put in my little box of molds that I have. I have some from Christmas. I have some from Halloween. So they only take maybe 10 minutes at the most to set up. And sometimes even faster than that. But you have to leave them in until you can see them start changing, but leave them in until they're a little set. And at this stage, if I wanted to wrap it around a basket, I could, because they're very, very flexible. Now I'm taking one of the DIY clay-based paints, and this color is Honey. And I just love this color. I just think it's so pretty. It's just such a subtle goldish yellow. And that color is in my bedspread, so I thought this would look cute in my bedroom. And I am just doing kind of a dry brush on it. I don't need to get deep down. I just want the texture to be seen. But the basket was pretty dark, I thought. A little too dark for me. I wanted a little bit brighter. So I am giving it a good paint. And I didn't do the rim. I wanted the rim to stand out a little bit. Just doing it all the way around the basket. I didn't see any need to do the bottom. Now I am getting out Aviary by IOD, which is one of my favorite colors. In here it looks kind of a blue, but it's actually a green with kind of gray undertones and maybe a little bit of a blue undertone, but it is such a pretty green. So what I'm doing is I am covering this pretty good, and I was going back and forth whether I should do the band or not do the band, do the band or not do the band, and I decided not to do it, and then I would see how it looked and if I needed to do it. So I didn't do the band, and then I didn't do the band around the top either. And I didn't do the handles either. This is a Longaberger basket. The other one was just some plain basket I had. There's a little plaque on it to tell you that it's a Christmas seasonal basket. Don't remember what year it was made, but I'm using it for a spring basket. I'm just doing a quick dry brush inside really fast because it leaked through some of the slats, so I just want to smooth out those drips inside. But you won't be able to see the inside when I set it all up. I did give it a good, after it dried, I gave it a good sanding to make a few high spots and make it look a little distressed. Now I am painting my bunnies, and I didn't, I pressed down on the paintbrush real hard. I gave it more kind of a dry brush look, a little more solid around the ears because I wanted the texture to show. And I wanted some of the tan to come through because my bunny isn't all brown. They have multiple colors on them. His little feet are white, and his belly's kind of white, and around his eye is white. So bunnies are kind of multiple colors. Unless they're all white bunny. Some bunnies are black and white. But I like brown bunnies. I'll show you pictures of my bunny towards the last. So he was kind of the model I was going for. I am using a Plaid product paint. I'm not as good as Monica at remembering to tell you all the paint colors, which I should. Sometimes I remember to list them, sometimes I don't. But it is a Plaid product, which is Ceramcoat, which is my favorite. I really like Ceramcoat a lot. Apple Barrel, Americana, and I can't remember all of them, but they're all very good products. I like Plaid a lot. They're the ones that also make Mod Podge. But I do like my clay-based paint too. The thing about clay-based paint is you can distress it with by sanding it, or you can distress it with damp cloth. Now that's the DIY paint, the cottage paint that's made by DIY. The Jamie Ray Vintage Cottage Paint has a self-leveler in it and a sealer in it. And that you have to use a sander to distress it. But if you want to do something like a stain on your paint, you actually need to seal it before you do a stain on it, or it's going to absorb the stain all up. So you could seal it with like a Mod Podge or a liquid patina, or you could use a wax. I would use clear wax first, and then if you want to do a dark wax, do the dark wax. I learned the first time I used it, I used the dark wax and it just soaked right into the paint. That's been about 6 years ago, I think. So there's tricks to doing these. You can always watch the founder of the company, Debbie Beard, or somebody like Jamie Ray Vintage, or me, or a lot of people use the same paints. I use just the mixture of different paints. Small things like this, I like the acrylics. Because then I can use the dark wax right over them, and they'll hold up really well. The milk paint's okay if you want a crackle finish. And Waverly, the chalk paint is okay, but I just like the coverage I get with the DIY paint a lot. But you can always substitute and use any paint. There's a lot of different paints out there. There's Pinkature, Dixie Belle, like I say, the Waverly chalk paint, the acrylic paints, the DIY paints, any of the paints you can use. And you can use them on any of the projects here. You can use them on the resin, you can use them on clay. They all have their good points. People like different ones. Okay, so I just put wood glue on the back of my molds and then a little hot glue and glued them down. And on this one I am using I didn't paint this basket. This is a Longaberger also. I didn't paint it. I am just dark waxing it. And I am dark waxing the resin pieces. So once I got them all waxed, I pulled out my golden ticket, which is a DIY paint, and I am painting over the top of the wax. Now usually you can't paint over top of wax at all, but the golden ticket does. It will paint over the top of the wax, and it's lovely. And you can wax over the top of the golden ticket. And I am going around the brim, and I am making the brim gold. So these crosses are so pretty. I'm just excited to get in and use some more. And I think I need to put some more foliage on top of the carrot. So I am not going to dark wax the whole basket, just the molds. This dark wax is by DIY, and I love this wax. It's not hard, it's not watery, it's just like butter. I love it. It's just one of my favorite products they sell. I've tried other waxes and they are just, some of them are too hard and some of them are a little too watery for me. This one I can control much better. Okay, so I put wood glue and hot glue down on the tulips, and I am painting them with another Plaid product, a pearlescent white, because I want to have that shine through the wax or whatever I use to. I like using wax a lot because it kind of distresses, but it shows the detail. And it's just amazing to see what people do, you know, when they wax things or distress it with like a lot of people will use Tim Holtz to go around the edge of paper and stuff, which I have too. I like that a lot. I like the distressed inks a lot. And I think I will paint some tulips and do something with those, but I also just want to do this very simple and very kind of elegant looking. That little piece fell off, so I just used some hot glue to put it back on. I am going around the edge with a Mod Podge because I don't want any of my waxes to get on the basket. I can wipe them off. And this also seals it in. Like I say, this clay-based paint, you have to seal it in. It works much better if you do. And most of the time you seal it in with clear wax. But I decided just to use the Mod Podge. Just picking off a little extra glue there. Love that heat gun. I don't know what I used to do years ago when I didn't have a heat gun. And they just come out with the Mod Podge, and that just was like, wow, this stuff's amazing. This was around 1972, folks. And what I used to use was an oil-based stain. And boy, did it stink. You'd put it on the same way and wipe it off, but oh boy, the smell was just something else. So all these water-based products are just so much better, so much more better for the environment, better for, you know, not having the fumes. This I'm using as a paint couture, and it's called brown sugar glaze. It's just a little bit of a glaze you use on it. It's not as dark, it's more lighter. I see that gal from Australia, Erin, I see her use the brown sugar glaze, and I got some, and I really like it just on certain things. But look at the detail that's popping out there. So pretty. And here's Nutmeg. See the color on his ears and eyes? He's a baby. He's about 7 years old, I think. And here's my projects. My son gave me these beautiful little miniature roses that I put in that basket. And I thought I had tulips to put in this basket, and I didn't have any. So I put some forsythia in there. There's my basket with the buns. I keep bun stuff out all year. And the crosses. And here they are all together. I really thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. You guys make my channel what it is, and I do it because I just enjoy. I just enjoy showing people what I do. I was an art teacher for too long. I just needed to teach people. So, I mean, it's nice if my channel grows, but that's not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is to show you. And like I say, you don't have to use the products I use. You can use many different products. So I will see you again really soon, and I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by.